Welcome to Standard Voice News Channel. I am Samira Ibrahim. Here are your top stories for today. Zamfara gets CBN approval to finance 60,000 farmers. Nigeria record highest daily increase of COVID-19 cases as infections exceed 14,000. Buhari hails Osinbajo-led Economic Sustainability Committee. On business, companies need tax holiday to mitigate COVID-19. And on the international scene, Ukraine reports alarming record rise in COVID-19 cases. Now the news in details. Zamfara state government has secured approval from the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) to finance a total of 60,000 farmers through their commodity association. This was announced by the special advisor to the governor, Zamfara State Directorate of Accelerated Cotton Development for Zamfara State Government and CBN Anko Borrows Program, Alhaji Abdullahi M. Maiturari, while addressing newsmen in Gusau. He said under the arrangement, 30,000 farmers each from cotton and rice sectors will benefit from the state government CBN partnership scheme. He stated further that all arrangements to effect the scheme are already at the pipeline, adding that cotton farmers were to be treated under the National Cotton Association of Nigeria, while rice farmers are to be handled by the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria respectively. Alhaji Maiturari further stated that the state government has already dedicated 130,000 hectares of land for cotton farming located across the 14 emirates of the state in order to attain the success of the program. Travelers were on Thursday stranded for hours along the road linking Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto and Kebbi states with other parts of the country as protesters blocked the road due to what they described as worsening security to their lives and properties. Information gathered by thunder blowers from a local TV Funtua Online reported that the protesters who thronged from many villages of Faskari and Funtua local government areas of Katsina State expressed worries that armed bandits have continually attacked, maimed and killed innocent citizens without any recourse. The protest, which started as peaceful blocking of Ankara entry point from Katsina into Zamfara State, spread to Shemi Junction and Meruwa Bridge, making it difficult for travelers to pass through all the 3 points. The development, which overwhelmed security agents at the location, escalated into bonfires, breaking of vehicle glasses and threatening to burn some stranded vehicles. In a related development, some Funtua Online TV reported that, contrary to the news making around the public that suspected gunmen had attacked Funtua Municipal and shot sporadically at the resident, there was no such news as wrongly insinuated. Hence, people are going about their usual businesses in the city. There was a fracas in the Kaduna State House of Assembly on Thursday as members exchanged blows over the impeachment of the Deputy Speaker, Mr. Mukhtar Hazo. Following Hazo's impeachment during plenary, the lawmakers elected the member representing Kauru constituency, Mr. Isaac Auta, as the new Deputy Speaker. His impeachment notice was signed by 24 members of the Assembly. Before he was removed from his office, there was speculations of an alleged plot by 7 members of the House led by the former Deputy Speaker to impeach the Speaker Yusuf Zailani. However, lawmakers in support of the former Deputy Speaker exchanged blows with other members in the process of trying to remove the mess of House after the impeachment. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the employment of 774,000 jobs for youth to mitigate the socio-economic impact of COVID-19 on Nigerians. Each local government across the nation, he said, will be allotted 1,000 slots to cushion the effect of economic hardship on Nigerians. President Buhari revealed this during his Democracy Day broadcast to Nigerians. He said, as part of the strategy to create jobs in reducing the effect of COVID-19 on the youths, he directed the employment of 774,000 Nigerians. These youths will be engaged in special public works programs aimed at cushioning the effect of economic downturn. Each of the 774 local government areas in the country will be allotted 1,000 slots and assured that the program had commenced. On major infrastructural development across the nation, President Muhammadu Buhari said on the second Niger Bridge, filling work has been completed and the approach routes are being constructed, and 48% of work on this bridge had been achieved. Nigeria on Thursday recorded its highest daily increase of COVID-19 cases with 681 infections, bringing the country's total to 14,554. According to the Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NCDC), Lagos State recorded more than half of the new cases with 345 infections. Rivers State was a distant second with 51 new cases. Other states with new infections include Ogun 48, Gombe 47, Oyo 36, Imo 31, Delta 28, Kano 23, Bauchi 18, Edo 12, Katsina 12, Kaduna 9, Anambra 7, Jigawa 5, Kebbi and Ondo 4 cases each, and Nasarawa 1. The health agency also noted that while 4,494 people have recovered from the disease, 387 have died as a result of the virus. As Nigeria marks the Democracy Day, a day set aside by the federal government to honor the late businessman and politician Alhaji Moshood Abiola, believed to have won the 1993 presidential election. This is the second time Democracy Day is being celebrated on June 12 since the return of democracy in 1999. As it was previously May 29, to commemorate the day power was handed over to a democratically elected government after years of military rule. It was first marked as Democracy Day on the new date in 2019, after President Buhari on June 6, 2018 announced that the day will hold on June 12 of every year. Following that decision, the House of Representatives on December 6, 2018 passed the bill seeking to amend the Holiday Act, which was also passed by the Senate on May 16, 2019, after it was put to a voice vote. On June 12, 2019, none of the former head of state and president attended the Democracy Day celebrations held at the Eagle Square in Abuja, the nation's capital. In a statement announcing Friday as a public holiday, the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aribisola, commended Nigerians for their dogged determination and sacrifice which led to democratic governance in the country. Former Imo State Governor and member representing Imo West Senatorial District, Senator Rochas Okorocha, has accused the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) of peddling falsehood against him, saying the commission did not recover any money from him. Senator Okorocha's outburst followed the report credited to the head of the Port Harcourt zone of the EFCC, Mr. Usman Imam, claiming at a press conference on Thursday he recovered 7.9 billion naira from Okorocha while he was in charge of Enugu zone of the commission. The EFCC chief was also quoted to have talked about Okorocha's properties marked in Owerri and Abuja by the commission. Reacting to the allegations in a statement on Friday in Owerri, Okorocha stated the anti-graft agency or anybody else never recovered 7.9 billion naira or any other amount of money from him. The former governor challenged the commission to prove him wrong by publishing details and owners of the account's money allegedly recovered from him. President Muhammadu Buhari has described the work of the Osinbajo-led Economic Sustainability Committee (ESC) as a national plan, while stating that the administration is focused on implementing its recommendations, which include massive federal government support for local production, manufacturing, significant investment program to provide succor for more Nigerians. He noted that the Economic Sustainability Committee consulted with all the national economic councils and the National Assembly, and he looked forward to the country's continued partnership with one focus to implement what he considered a national plan. While congratulating the Osinbajo-led committee for completing this critical national assignment in good time, President Muhammadu Buhari said the focus of the plan will help stimulate the economy while also creating millions of jobs, especially for youths, through massive programs in the agriculture and agro-allied sectors and other sectors of the economy. On business, over to Fauzia.
Hello there, welcome to Standard Voice Television Business Updates. President, National Union of Chemical Footwear, Rubber, Leather and Non-Metallic Products employee Mr. Goke Olatunji has urged the federal government to consider granting tax holiday and other measures to relieve the private sector of the distress brought by the global COVID-19 pandemic. He said the implication of the ongoing pandemic on the private sector would be severe enough to cause the closure of companies and massive job losses. The union requested a tax-free cash flow boost for employers, a stimulus package to help pay wages, or for investment to protect against downturn in activity. He noted that COVID-19 has once again brought up the realization that any economy dependent on a sole commodity is incapable of sustainable growth, urging the government to take advantage of Nigeria's natural and human resources. Diversification and incentives from government are key to successful industrialization. He called on the government at all levels to exploit the potential for the agricultural sector. Mr. Olatunji said the small and medium-scale businesses should be encouraged because of the critical role it plays in employment generation. He also called for improved infrastructure amenities such as good roads, effective power supply, and adequate good medical facilities that would cater for the upsurge of the population. And that's all on the business updates. I'm Fauzia Ibrahim. Have a nice day.
And on the international scene, Ukraine on Thursday cited an alarming rise in coronavirus cases after a daily record of 689 new infections were reported as the country eases its lockdown measures. Cases have surged in Ukraine in recent days, with the total now reaching more than 29,000 according to official figures. Since Friday, the number of cases has risen by over 3,600, 21% more than in the previous 7 days. Health Minister Maxim Stepanov wrote on Facebook, saying the tally for the last 24 hours was the highest since the outbreak hit. Some experts said the uptick was due to an increase in testing rather a second wave of the disease. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Zamfara gets CBN approval to finance 60,000 farmers. Nigeria record highest daily increase of COVID-19 cases as infections exceed 14,000. Buhari hails Osinbajo-led Economic Sustainability Committee. On business, companies need tax holiday to mitigate COVID-19. And on the international scene, Ukraine reports alarming record rise in COVID-19 cases. That's the news. On behalf of the production crew, Head of News and Current Affairs Department, Ibrahim Garba, I am Samira Ibrahim.